Facebook, and then we'll get into it. I'm a day late, but there's been issues up here. We'll just try to connect here. We're on. Thanks for joining me. Bernie Slaven. It's a Sunday night. It was meant to be Saturday night after the game, but there was issues. There was issues with everything up here where I live, so I couldn't get out. I was doing a Dovecote pub after the game yesterday. Rushed back, came in, lights were off, electricity off, Wi-Fi down, everything down. It's only up tonight. That's why I was a wee bit late in putting out what time I was coming on, because I wasn't sure it was going to be on. I'd be able to do this. But anyway, we're here. So thanks for joining me, and thanks as always to the sponsors. I always read them so I don't forget. Galaxy Blinds, Dovecote, Cornerstone, Ultimate Windows, Cleveland Systems Engineering, GRS Insulation, Ocean Lighting, TGM Cars, and Advanced Utility Solutions. Well, after the international break, it was back to the bread and butter, the real stuff, the stuff that we all enjoy in the main. I know somebody's like a bit of escapism getting into the international games. The Italy game was a good game. Great result for England, qualified. Scotland's qualified. So well done to both nations. But it was back to the bread and butter. As Borough fans, we wanted to see Borough in action. 2-week rest, bathing in the sunshine after walloping, gubbing and humiliating Sunderland. And we came out yesterday against Birmingham. There was a lot of hype surrounding Wayne Rooney, first game in charge, but it was only hype. He's not playing, he was a great player, but manager. Anyway, the team, I'm sure you know by now, but I'm going to read it anyway. Dieng, there was Smith, Fry, McNair, Engel, Greenwood, Baleza, Hackney Jones, Crooks and Coburn. That was starting 11, no surprises. On the bench, Laff, Rogers, Howson, Foz, Van den Berg, Dixdale, Glover, Silvera and Banguera. That was a team, that was a bench. Went into yesterday's game, some people thought the international game would disturb things and disrupt the momentum, but it didn't. We played well. I mean, it was a frustrating afternoon in the main. We got down both flanks, left and right. We totally destroyed them down both flanks. A lot of the first time balls were getting hit the first man, which was disappointing, or shanking them out or over-hitting them. Then there was a couple of great balls in. Young Coburn, who I thought did very well, could have added a couple, could have scored a couple. But unlucky, he did work his socks off. And then we were into the second half and we're still controlling things. They're still huffing and puffing and try to smother us and get a point. But fair play to us, we kept going. I think it was 28,000. Well done, the crowd. I thought it was a great crowd there yesterday. It looked vast crowd, 28,000, great, got behind the side for the duration of the game, and the goal eventually came. You know, it was late in coming. I think it was like 89 minutes. Rogers had come off the bench. He'd only been on about 10, 11, 12 minutes, whatever. And this was a ball over the top. The ball gets played wide. It's a poor ball, gets cut in, and Rogers just gets near post, where strikers should go as the ball's coming in, get across the keeper, get near post, and they put it in the left-hand corner. It was a good finish on his part, sharp as a razor. We deserved the victory. I don't think Rooney and Birmingham fans can have any complaints. But you question, how dear God, how are they in the top six? They were poor. I mean, they kept trying to pass the ball. The board went up 8 minutes extra time. They're still trying to play football from the back. And they'd put two big lads up front. You think they would change it and go long. I'm into pure football, but there comes a stage in the game when it's not working and you're getting beat with a better footballing team that you need to change tack. But they just kept trying to play it. And anyway, we won. It was comfortable. We thoroughly deserved the goal and the victory. And that's 5 straight wins in the league. 6 if you want to include the cup. So well done. It's a great turnaround. I says it on here all the time. I was critical when we were huffing and puffing and missing chances and not playing well. I kept saying 12, 14 games. 12 games in, we've turned it round. We have turned it round. 5 wins in a bounce. That's a great... It shows you we've got a bit of balls as well in there. You know, we've got a bit of grit, bit of determination, bit of Teesside steel. You know, we... yesterday was no... as I say, we were the better team, but when you're going into the 80th minute, you think, dear God, we're going to get a goal. I mean, the keeper was... He had a good game there, keeper. He was very good. But there was one or two that hit the post, or he dropped, or there was chaos in the 6-yard box, but somehow they weren't getting in. And everybody was thinking, dear God, we've had it, that's it. But anyway, well done the Borough. I'll read these out, hopefully. I've got a lad here, but I'll try and read who's on. Dennis says, you still sawed through your wiring, mate. Bean, you still saw through your iron, mate. This is for Dennis Goldtop. No, it wasn't actually. One of the bad weather the other night. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and the bad weather obviously disrupted things. I think something went in fire, and the whatever they're called, the heavy brigade. They've been out for 2 nights. I mean, last night I was in my local candlelit. All the lights were off, candlelit. There was drinks only, no food. It was closed today for obvious reasons. But anyway, we're back to normality. But hey, look, it's no big deal. Let's be honest, it's only a day without electric. And the only thing I couldn't do was jog, because even I sweat when I jog, so I couldn't have had a shower. I'll jog tomorrow. Now it's back on. John Phillips says we are getting better and better. Players are settled now and bench is strong. Still with injured players to come back up the borough. I agree with that, John. Obviously we're getting better. The momentum's there. What we're getting first and foremost is a settled team. Carrick knows now. That's a couple of games now. Kept the same team. Ban injuries or total loss of form. I think this is what he's been looking for. The settled team. That's what worked fantastically well last season. When he started disrupting it, that's when we came off the rails. But yeah, the last couple of games, very convincing. I mean, don't forget, another clean sheet. Nobody's mentioned that. Clean sheet. We were giving goals away for fun. Any Tom, Dick and Harry was scoring against us. There was goals, some ridiculous defending at times in the opening 7 games, but we seem to have sorted it out. And Sunderland, obviously a man down at half time, we scored 4. Kept clean sheet Saturday. Let's keep that going. Obviously we go to Norwich on Tuesday night. And that'll be a bit tougher, but hey, why can't we go there and keep a clean sheet and get all 3 points? Peter Kennedy says, all right, Bernie lad, Borough were excellent yesterday. Should have had a bag full. Some great play. Yeah, definitely. As I say, there was a lot. We had so many balls down both flanks and in good positions to either cut it back, because defenders first and foremost got to cover the goal, to drag it back the way. That's the ball that I think the late great Brian Clough used to rave about. Instead of playing it square, where defenders are already in front, they keep cut it back. But anyway, we failed to deliver good balls. There was about 3 great balls. The majority were poor balls, but there were 3 great balls in the first half, and we should have scored. Coburn won. He went inside right into the box. He's got a slight angle on the right, but should hit the target and scuffed it, flew back well by the right hand post. And then there was another one come in. Any part of his anatomy, nose, ear, fucking whatever, would have been in the back of the net, but failed to get on the end of it. But there was some great. There was a few great balls, but we have to take more care and put names in the balls rather than cross them blind. I mean, Giles used to put names in the ball. Giles used to lift his head and go, oh, there's Akpom, drill it, or whatever. I think sometime yesterday we were crossing blind, not actually looking where players were. Evening, Bernie. What a result yesterday. We're really starting to look like the way we left last season on for Matt Wilson. Bring on Norwich away from Matt and Jojo. Matt and Jojo will go all over the country watching Borough. They always get involved in this, usually on their coach coming back, or the car, or whatever it was, or the horse and cart. Yeah, I'm sure you're delighted. Yesterday, no doubt, lads, you're going to Norwich on Tuesday. Ref had no balls, Bernie. I think there's a joke in there, wasn't it? That's for Colin Raymond Richardson. Ref had no balls, and he's got a big... Yeah, I mean, some people run about me, were going, referee, dear God, garbage refereeing. First half, I thought, hey, look, the majority of referees I don't really focus on. Yesterday, referee, maybe a couple of contentious decisions, or wrong decisions first half, but referees, that's what happens. It's like goalkeepers make mistakes, strikers make mistakes, we all make mistakes, so, but I would never be a referee. I take be a referee. I give it to Big Jeff Winter, who's my pal, former Premier League referee. I think back then you were allowed to talk back to players. I think these days if you talk back, it'd be recorded and it'd be out there and social media, and everybody would, I think look at the Sunderland scenario last week. Sunderland get the player sent off, by all accounts, for back chatting to the ref. The referee surely should have used his noggin and turned around and says, listen, you swear again, I would send you off, but there's 44,000 people here, paid good money, it's been a good first half, so any more bad language, you're off, you whatever. And it's a personal debate, but he sends them off. And hey, I'm grateful because I'm a Borough fan, but if the shoe was another foot, but these fans are paying hard-earned cash to go and watch 11v11, and just to get sent off heat of the moment adrenaline in a derby game, which is a big game, I think it's nonsense. Common sense, that's the word. Another 3 points. Happy days, only 2 points from the top 6. That's right. Colin Fry, I call. If only our end product was better, we could have scored 4 or 5. That's only one thing that I'm still questioning at this minute. Couple of clean sheets, brilliant. Last third, is Letty Laugh an out-and-out finisher? What I've seen so far, no, I don't think he is going to be. I think he's too rash. He's too quick. He's not composed enough. Is Coburn? I think Coburn's still inexperienced. I think he's rash. I think he's going to score more goals in the air because of his height and presence. Big Crooksy gets goals, but is he going to be prolific? I don't think so. I don't think he's a number 10 or a centre forward. So up front, there's still room for debate and improvement, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think we need to get somebody in January who fits the bill if we want to push that extra mile. Chris Adams said, we played well, but strikers aren't scoring. Would you stick a twist with Coburn, Letty Laugh, Foz, etc.? Would I stick a twist? No, I'll be honest, I would, and I'm sure the manager will. I think it'll be the same team again on Tuesday. I've not got a problem with that or an issue. Coburn ran his socks off, worked his ass off. He backed 10, he was scrapped, he was getting pulled, he was getting hauled. But I've always said as a striker, for me, in my days certainly, you get judged by your goals. Not about how many miles you run or how many faces you bash with your elbow or how many feathers you ruffle. You get judged by goals. I think some people forget that. If you're a centre forward, I always see, when I see young kids and I talk to their parents and they say, oh, wee Johnny plays. I say, all right, Johnny, how old are you? Oh, I'm 12. What position are you? I'm centre forward. Do you score goals? And I'm waiting and, anyway, yes. I say that's good because that's what you're meant to do. Some people forget centre forwards are there to score goals. Not make goals. Yeah, you're there to make goals and create goals as well, but you want to score more. And if you don't have that in your head that you want to go out every game and score a goal, I'm not saying you're always going to achieve it, but you need to go out with that intention. And if you don't, you're not a goal scorer. You're a daydreamer. You're a fantasist. Commented, be surprised if Carrick doesn't try to bring in another striker in January transfer. And I think, without a doubt, Colin, I think he'll be wanting a striker or two in January. No doubt that. And now's the time to do it. We're in a better position. We're looking better. Before you know it, we'll be in January. And guys out there will be looking and think, Middlesbrough's oh, they're good. I've watched them recently. They're in good form. Another solid performance. Bernard, Joseph, Slaven, Paul McLean. Hiya, Paul. We controlled the match and should have won by more. Greenwood was anonymous yesterday, but I'm sure he will have more good days than bad. Belazer getting a run in the team is good to see. Also, yeah, I was complimentary Belazer yesterday. Last season he played a bit piece. He was in and out of the team. Cameo appearances. Obviously played against Sunderland, played very well. Did a job yesterday, took him off. I think it was more a precaution to look after him for the Norwich game. So yeah, did well. Greenwood, yeah, look, I think Greenwood and Rodgers, I still think they're talented players. We've not seen the best of them yet, but I still see the more they bed in, I think the better they'll become. Andrew Hill says, I thought Bowen were poor yesterday. Oh, they were poor, don't worry about that, Andrew. Billy, my man of the match yesterday, Dale Fry and Rodgers took his goal well. Yesterday, Billy. Yeah, Dale Fry was immense. I always look at opponents, but majority play one up front. Two centre backs should be good against one up front. And then we used to play 3 for years. Dale was part of that 3. Big Paddy and whoever. Against 2 maximum. Should be good. But Dale was commanding yesterday. He was great at Sunderland. He's back to his best. It's now up to him to stay in the team. You know, he's been out of the team under the last couple of years. Mysteriously, people say, why is he out of the team? Which is no fan to him. Is he on the move? By all accounts, he signed a new contract. He's a Borough lad. He loves it. He wears the shirt with pride. I know a couple of people that know him personally. He's a grounded lad. He's a good kid. So good luck to Dale. Keep it going. Cotty Connor, hiya Cotty. In the words of your good self, we should have gubbed. We should have gubbed the Brummies. Yeah, we should have gubbed them. If the last touches were better, yeah, Campbell was a great guest yesterday. Oh, Cotty Connor, you were in there. Yeah, Andy Campbell was my guest yesterday. Former Borough striker, of course, born and bred Borough. He was my guest in the Legends Lounge yesterday with a good chat. I found a story that I didn't actually know. Somebody told me beforehand that Andy's, I think it was against Liverpool away. Andy wasn't meant to be in the squad anyway. We get called in last minute, and the kit man, guy called Alex Smith, wee bit grumpy. I seen him nowadays, actually mellowed a bit. I used to go to training ground, he used to be a grumpy old bugger. Anyway, he didn't put the strip in for Andy Campbell, so Andy had no strip to play. He had to go into the Borough travelling fans. This is true, by the way. Andy confirmed it yesterday. I thought it was fantasy. And he had to borrow it off one of the fans and wear one of the fans' shirts against Liverpool. I said, you see that on a Sunday morning when they're half drunk, the dog and gun? That was us, Middlesbrough. And I says to Andy, did you return it? He says, no, I didn't. He says, I actually kept it because it was a big thing for him. I think the Liverpool gave the cup game. It was a big thing for him, so he kept it. And by all accounts, Brian Robson gave him his shirt. So the lads get the shirt. And yeah, Brian Robson's shirt, that's not a bad shirt to have. Will Linehan get back in that defensive now, though, Bernie? Ryan, at the minute, no. No, he won't. Linehan's did ever so well, but he won't get in at the minute. And I'm all for that. You know, big Paddy McNair, a lot of talk that his contract's up at the end of the season, he'd be sold in January, but he's in at the minute in merit. And he had a wee wobble start of the season, the fans were on his case. The fans are backing his side, and the fans are saying, hey, I heard fans yesterday saying, what would you do? And I would keep him in. I would keep Paddy in, and Paddy. Lennon, you're out, obviously because you were injured, not because you were poor. Injured, now you need to, not so much fight, you just need to bide your time. And if we keep winning, then the odds are, and keeping clean sheets, the odds are you won't get back in. No, at the minute. It's like me as a former striker. If I'm on the bench and the guy's banging in hat tricks and scoring goals galore, I'm not stupid enough to think I should be in the team. I'm better than him. I might be better than him, but at this minute in time, he's better than me because he's on there and he's banging in the goals. Crooks and Joe, I think it's healthy. The only thing that I used to say to past managers when I played, Bruce Rake brought Peter Davenport for nearly £1 million from Man United. That was the first real bit of money we'd had for a long time since the liquidation scenario. And then, Peter Davenport came in, and then Andy Payton came in. Lenny Lawrence paid £1 million for Andy Payton. And I remember going to confront Lenny. I've no issue with Lenny now. I've talked to Lenny, he's fine. I remember going to confront him and says, listen, because all the talk was I was going to be out of the team, this £1 million signing was taken over. I only cost 25 grand. But I says to him, listen, don't judge us on price tags, judge us in merit. It's what we do in the pitch. Andy Payton left before me. He ended up at Celtic Park. Adam McCabe says, Crooks and Jones are absolutely brilliant together. Would take a point at Norwich now, Bernie. Crooks and Jones are absolutely brilliant together. Jones is fan. We know players, form is temporary, class is permanent. Jones came in the team. It was refreshing to watch him. He was direct. He was honest as the days long, skillful, creative, scored, and then he went off the rails for whatever reason. And out the team, people were pointing to the exit doors. He's on his way. Now, the fans who are booing him, back on his side. But he's doing well. I still say to Jonesy, I would still be practising every day, crossing the ball. I think he gets in some great positions. And sometimes he puts in some great balls, but there's a lot of balls, doesn't beat the first man, or is disappointing, or plays it earlier, second earlier. Selection of pass, sometimes. I think there was a couple, well, there was a couple, I don't think there was a couple, that maybe picked the wrong pass. Still good, arguably good ball, but could have played a better ball. Mark Anderson says, hi Bernie, hiya Mark. Hope you're well, great result yesterday. We've got some travelling to do in the coming away games. Hope this doesn't affect our momentum. I don't think it would, Mark. In my day, we used to go in the horse and cart. No, seriously, we went in a bus. A very slow bus, I have to say. We used to travel to places like Exeter and Plymouth Argyle and all that. These days, they fly. You get a plane, 45 minutes, they're there. So, and I don't think of anybody with any issues with flying or whatever, like back in my day. So, no, there's no excuse for that. So, I wouldn't worry about that. It's the fans that's got jobs or whatever, getting back at 4 or 5 in the morning, having to go to work at 7 and do a 10-hour shift. They're the ones that you should be thinking, guys like yourself, Mark. But no, I don't think that's got any bearing on the results whatsoever. But I definitely want to stay in the cup as a Borough fan. Exeter holds memories for myself, not with Middlesbrough, with Port Vale. We played the We played Exeter in the semi-final of the Autoglass down there, and we won. I think it was the last few minutes. We scored, and that got us to Wembley for the first time in Port Vale's history. So I think the surroundings has been a wee bit developed, but I still think it's the same idea. Looked like a non-league ground. No be disrespectful to them, but yeah. So let's hope we go there and we can progress into the quarterfinals. Every time I say Angelo, I think of the paint artist. I thought Paddy had a great game yesterday. He did. Hackney just shaded, man of the match. Think Howson Foz will start on Tuesday. I'll be surprised if he changes anybody. You're not going to tell me just because it's 3 days later. They're fine. Do very little at training. Go and have a bath tomorrow. Get a massage. Get looked after. Sure, you can go. With all this science and dietitians and technology these days, come on, we can play a couple of games. Hey, look, he might, but I don't think he will. Colin said, Belaser's starting to show what a good player he is. Yeah, he looks calm and composed in the ball. He never looks ruffled, never looks rushed. And that's an art in itself. You know, players are coming in, he's got good vision, scans the pitch well, gives good support. I'd like to see him chip in with a goal or two. Carl Wildo says, I can see he's going to Norwich and winning if Johnny Howson starts. Why if Johnny Howson starts with one? Johnny's not a goal scorer, doesn't create. Why if Johnny Howson? Because he played for Norwich, Carl. You've not told me why you're saying that. I'll be honest, when Johnny Howson came on yesterday, obviously Rodgers came on at the same time, but I thought Howson coming on, probably just looking to keep it 0-0. That's what I thought. I want to put it with him, but I thought Johnny Howson coming on now, running out of time. I don't know, it was late on in the game, but obviously Rodgers scored the goal and that was right, but Howson was never going to score. Many goals Johnny Howson scored for us? I think he might have scored one or two. He might have scored a couple. I remember Adam Clayton scored one in about 300 games and it took a deflection. Catherine Ann Brooks says, Crooks and Jones played well with each other. Crooks was man of the match for me, Bernie. Yeah, about your knowledge, yeah, Catherine. Hey, I didn't see a week like yesterday. I thought everybody was great. You know, work rate, closing down, harassing, going forward as a unit, creating things, getting players in the box, flooding the box. It was just that we were struggling to finish. I'll tell you what they done that was admirable. And we don't, excuse me, when we corner kicks against us, we get 11 players in the box. Defensive players. Well, forward-thinking players in our box. Sometimes a forward-thinking player, if it was me, I'd say, I'd cause you more problems. I'm better staying up in the middle. They kept 3 up. I mean, it was to no avail because we were far better than them. But why don't we do that? Why don't we put 3 on the halfway line instead of flooding our box defensively? Because if we put 3, they have to put 4 because the keeper and 3 defenders to mark the 3 it's in the middle of the park. They did that yesterday. As I say, they're not one of the better teams, but if the better teams do that, I could cause a few problems. I'd like to see us doing that. Paul says, hi Bernie, hope you're well. Hi Paul, you too. Dominant display yesterday. Enjoyed a lot from the West Stand. Coburn had some criticism for missing chances. I think he's leading the line well. Do you think he'd be better off being loaned out? I think he's important for us at the minute, Paul. Because there's no other player in the squad that is like Coburn. Young, raw, fearless, aggressive. Coburn has got all those qualities. There's nobody in that squad. And height. Like he laughs 5 foot nothing. Well, he does. He looks up for where I am. Big Crooks is a big lad, but he's not aggressive. So for me, he's the only player that fits the bill at the minute to give us something different. And I think he's did very well, the kid. I know, hey, look, I'm sure he went home last night and lay in bed and thought, could have had a couple of goals today. No doubt in that. I should do it myself. You go home, you reflect, you don't get to sleep 3, 4 in the morning going through chances you had and what you should have did and I should have scored that. And I'm sure Coburn's no different. Coburn knows he doesn't need criticism. He knows he should have scored a couple. But yeah, hey, look, to stay in the team, he has to start scoring as well. You can't just run about is one thing, but you need to define it by scoring goals, that's your position. We played quality passing football again. We did it last season, but are we ready to go against Leicester yet? For Scott Lloyd, it's a good question. They are still Premier. I love supporting them all my life. I love the Borough, supporting them all my life. Hiya Scott, new name on here, Scott Lloyd. Nice name. It's a fancy name, posh name, Scott. If there's such a thing as posh. Yeah, the football's there now for all to see. I mean, last year I would go to the Borough games and I had players that played with me who were top players. Some who wanted to play for England in bigger clubs in Middlesbrough, no disrespect. And they were saying that, this is the best team I've watched at Borough, better than even when we played. Bruce Rare played some great stuff. I tell you what, I watched some stuff the other day. It was getting old VHS DVDs. I got things at a charity shop to convert them. And tell you what, some of the football under Rare was very good. It looked faster, more direct. These days, we've got a tendency to pass. We used to pass but go that way from the off. No tip-tap. The other week we did that. Yeah, Saturday we didn't. But, but hey, credit where it's due. The players are playing well. They're back to a mirror image of last season. They're getting to know the Carrick style and brand. Against Leicester, are we ready yet? We'll soon find out, but Leicester's flying, aren't they? Have they been beat yet, Leicester? They're flying. Yeah. Well, that's your big test. That's what you crave, isn't it? Great result, Bernie. Hopefully keep it up. Peter Sloan. Hi, it's Peter. Darren says, I know you're not a fan of signing previous players, but would you not fancy Akpom back on loan in January? Darren Dye. Well, you've told me what I think, and that's what I've always thought. We're not a charity club. Players leave for a reason, because they want to improve their careers or move up the ladder and move up the financial ladder as well as the playing ladder. And then the amount of players we've let go over the years that's went to pastures new, not did it, and then returned, I'm not a fan of that, because they've left for a reason. And because Akpom's not getting a kick at Ajax, we go, oh, come on, Chuba, back you come. I know what you're saying, it's crossed my mind. I'll be honest, it's crossed my mind. But then I think, no, we've got European scouts. Let them work, go and get a player on a par with Akpom. Don't forget, Akpom 2 years never done it. The last year he was out of this planet. He was unbelievable, and then we sell him. So, no, me personally, I wouldn't. I know what you're saying, and I've actually thought about it, but I soon dismissed it because I'd be going against what my real thoughts are. He's left for a reason, to better his career, better his financial situation, and it's not working, and let's bring him back. I had that rubbish for 4, 5, 6 years, more years for Ben Gibson. I know Ben briefly, nice guy, down-to-earth kid. He's not done it. He's just still at Norwich, isn't he? I mean, went to Burnley, had a nightmare. Manager never played him. That's probably because Sean Dyche's never signed him. That's why he never played him. We've seen it here at Middlesbrough. Players come in and coaches not picking them. So, no, I'm not a fan of it, but I know where you're coming from, and it'd be ideal. Look, if he came back, we'd all be on board with him without a shadow of a doubt. But I just think it's lazy recruitment. Let's go and get fresh talent. Coburn should have scored 2. His first chance, he should have placed it across the goal in the far corner. Yeah, he should have, Colin. Hey, we've all missed him, I can assure you. You know what I mean? If you look clips of me, you see he's scoring, but if you put out of as many clips, miss them as well. I was never afraid to miss. Never afraid to miss. I was in there, got a chance, good, I'm in the game. Coburn, to hit it across with the laces is a difficult technique, let me tell you. As a tip, the majority of my goals were side foots. I controlled them, knew exactly where they were going. When you're hitting it with your laces across the keeper, it needs to be bang on. And it's a difficult technique. I'm not making excuses. He should have hit the target, young Coburn. But he scuffed it and it went well wide of the far post, the right-hand side. But he'll know that himself. He's a kid, well, he's a younger player, but he'll know that. He's not stupid. Thoughts to the Charlton family for the loss of a legend, RIP. Yeah, Graham, do you know what? I was going to bring it up when I was reading these. Very sad news about Bobby Charlton. I knew Jackie's brother a lot better because of the Republic Island links in Middlesbrough. Bobby, by all accounts, was a different animal as in personality. No doubt that had a lot to do with the traumas he went through as a boy. I think he was 20 at the time, the Munich air disaster. So you can never say why he was different personality for Jack, because the traumas in his life are totally different for Jack's. But I've seen some of his goals over the years. Dear God, 30, 40, 50 yarders, unbelievable. With the laces, what we're talking about there, incredible. Incredible goals for Manchester United, for England. What a player. I mentioned it in the lounge yesterday. I heard about it at half time after the game. I addressed it and everybody clapped. No, I just mentioned Bobby Charlton, sadly, and everybody applauded. So everybody in that room, the Legends Lounge at the Riverside, applauded. Weren't asked to applaud. It was they all knew him, no, irrespective of age. They've all heard the Bobby Charlton, and what a player. Have I met him? I met him once. I didn't actually know until last year. It was I played in the. It wasn't for Middlesbrough. It wasn't a Man United game. It was for Port Vale. I played at Wembley in the Autoglass Cup final, and the dignitary was Sir Bobby Charlton. And I didn't notice to say last year a picture come up for somewhere, and I'm seen shaking his hand. So that was the only time I ever met him. Didn't conversate. I knew Jack brilliantly well. Jack was bigger than life character. But yeah. Bobby, I think, had his troubles in the last few years. I've been up and down to Old Trafford several years, heard a few stories to keep private. I'm one of them, if somebody says keep it private, I don't say anything, but he obviously had a few troubles, and I think it was dementia or whatever. So, very sad, very sad. But what a player. Any young kids out there watching this, forget me, after they get Bobby Charlton on, see some of his goals. Every goal was a beauty. Just used to hold his hands aloft, didn't he? Amazing. I mean, talking about Bobby and Jack, the personalities might have been different. So was the footballing ability. Big Jack couldn't trap a bag of blue circle cement. Jack used to kick. No, Jack was World Cup winner. Jack and Bob in the same team. Amazing. World Cup winners. Brilliant. Yeah, so condolences to his family. Hayden Hackney just gets better and better, Bernie. Paul Brimfield, I agree with that. Hackney's just looking... this season I said it was going to be tougher, and it will be tougher. Don't forget, we're only 12 league games in. But teams know his ability now, know what he's got, know his frailties. Yeah, and they'll know what he's all about. And that, when people get to know your makeup, then it's harder to break things down or create more things. But Hackney so far, so good. No problem so far. And obviously he's in the 21s, isn't he, England? So, yeah, he's lit in the business. You know, as I say, I've met him once, a kid. He sounds a grounded lad, good kid, no ego, no edge. I'm still wanting him to score a few more goals, like. I think he's got one. I'm looking for 10. 90 goals, he's got enough games to do it. Andrew Shutt says, great run. We're on, Bernie. Just shows what a win does for confidence. That's 6 wins in a row in all competitions, yeah, including the Cup, yeah. Let's hope we can keep it going. But without a doubt, Andrew, as I say, I've been there with Middlesbrough. You know, you get a bad spell as a striker, a bad spell as a team. You're getting beat. You're down in the dumps. No matter what you do, you just can't get out the rut. And then hit somebody's backside, goes in. You won 1-0. Next week you go out and win again, and then you're on the roll. It's momentum. Confidence is a big, big part. Not just a football and life. Confidence is massive. You know, confidence is, yeah. If you're a striker, you score a goal. You think you're the greatest then. You're not scoring, you're down in the dumps. Oh, 5 games without a goal. Then you score one, irrespective of 2 yards out, 30 yards out. You're on a high. The adrenaline's pumping. You know, you're going to get another one. And you believe it because you've scored one. You broke the duck, you broke the ice. Ian Plumpton says, evening, Bernards. Hi, Ian. Are you calling me Bernard because it's Sunday? Still early days, but I think Leicester will most likely win the league, barring a catastrophic collapse. But second place is up for grabs. We've nothing to fear from any team in the league. I mean, I was asked the question yesterday. I gave my opinions when we're going this 12, 14 games. I'll give my honest opinion right now. This team, do I think it'll be top 6? I still think we're short. Why? Obviously, I have to have a reason why. Strike force, I mentioned it earlier. I still think we've got the winter months. There'll be red cards. There'll be loss of form. So injuries, cards, loss of form, suspensions, whatever. The winter months, you still got all that to come into contention. Up front, we're getting away with it because we're sharing goals around. Other people are scoring goals. That's brilliant. But sometimes you need to look for a saviour when things like yesterday. The saviour was Rodgers coming off the bench. That was a saviour. But you need somebody you can hang your hat on and say, he'll get us a goal today. I'm sure lads I played with went, he's having a nightmare, but you know what? He'll get us a goal. I had many a game, 85 minutes, never got a kick. Absolute nightmare, and then you score. Like a few minutes to go. So that's my only reservation. It's not a negativity. It's not negative. It's realism. That's what I believe. My gut is to make that top 6. We certainly weren't talking about it in the opening 7 games. I'd mates say to me relegation. I'm saying, what are you on about? Relegation. 7 games in, 39 games to go. You're off your head. I've never thought like that. I keep my powder dry and level-headed. Just enjoy every game. Great yesterday. 5 wins in the bounce. Brilliant. Let's move on and we'll deal with Norwich on Tuesday and hopefully get a result. So that's where I am. You're talking about second place. Well, still a bit. I know we're 2 points away from the top 6, but just calm down. You wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have dared put that up in 5 games ago. Keep your powder dry. Don't get too carried away on the high horse, giving it big ones. Not a coincidence that Dieng has improved since McNair was put in the central defence. He had no confidence in Fry and Lenihan, as is Paul Hughes' partnership. But I don't know. I couldn't talk for Dieng, but that's what you have read into it, Paul. And who am I to argue with that? But Dieng looks a more solid keeper than what I've seen for a long time at Middlesbrough. I don't know what that's. I tell you what, this the print on the YouTube. I'm sorry, I've not read any. It's very small. I don't need glasses, but future England manager, inevitably future England manager Ben Ingram. So he's referring to Carrington, and he's saying that Hackney, first choice centre midfield. Yeah, obviously Johnny Howson. Johnny Howson, where does Johnny Howson lie now? Johnny's obviously. He's more mature, being kind. No, he's a mature lad, 110% at every game, Johnny. But even though he's going to play a bit piece, he's not going to be in there now because you've got Belazer in there now in Hackney. It's going to be tough to play regular football. Daza Wince News says, we play Borough on Saturday. We played Borough on Saturday. Should be a tough one for us. Didn't think we beat Sunderland yesterday. All right, okay. But be tough for us, and we signed that many players just starting to gel. Stoke fan, all right, Daz, I get it. So Stoke fan saying that they play us on Saturday. They didn't think they'd have beat Sunderland yesterday, which they did. But it'd be tough for them. But they've signed a lot of players, and now they're starting to gel just like us. So, oh well, Daz, come back on next week and tell us what you think after the game on Saturday. Stoke City. I remember my second game in the Potteries when I played for Potwell was against Stoke. Bruce Grobbelaar was in goal. There's the lad Steen up front. Capacity crowd there, great atmosphere. Big derby that. Potteries. The lads at work were roasting Borough. I says, you watch, we'll be at the top of the championship by Christmas, the top of the league. What a turnaround. I'll read it because he's the thing to print it. What a turnaround in confidence we can all see. When we're getting beat, we weren't awful. It just wasn't clicking with the new lads. Enjoyed Saturday. I thought we played as well as last season in spells. Exciting to watch up the Borough. Oh well, Rob, you can keep educating your workmates. You know the gig. Jonathan Quinn says, sorry to say it, but we're much better with Howson on the bench. We look to go forward more, and Hackney looks unshackled. Howson, a great servant and clubman, and definitely a good opinion from the bench. Yeah, look, Johnny won't enjoy it, but Johnny, I'm sure, is wise and experienced enough and intelligent enough to know that Belazer and Hackney are the future. Younger legs, I'm not saying fitter, but younger legs to get them down the pitch and more adventurous than Johnny Sell, because Johnny's more a holding player, more in front of the back line, the back four. He's more that kind of player than going forward. very seldom scores, very seldom creates. So, whereas Belazer and Hackney are probably designed to do that, and probably the more they play together, the better they become. Carrick was one of the best that never looked flustered. Carrick was one of the best that never looked flustered. So the midfield group should be improving if they're getting to see Graham Maddison, if they're getting coached right. Yeah, that's a good point, Graham. Carrick's the, as you say, the former midfielder who is super cool. Sometimes you look and think, you look too cool. I think, saying that, in the opening 7 games, I looked a bit flustered sidelines. He was actually animated and pointing, and yeah, I think he did lose his cool over that opening 7 games. Now he's back to his best. He's wearing leisurely dress. He's got a wool jumper on, casual trousers and trainers. He's not got the track on or the suit on. He looks relaxed. And if your manager is relaxed, that gets through to the players. Some players like that. Me personally, I don't. I need a rock up my ass. I needed that. Some players don't like that. I personally like that. And we play like a laugh Tuesday night against Norwich. Have 2 slow centre backs. Yeah, but the thing is, if you put Coburn up front, he knocks him about for a while, take him off, and then you put Latte Laugh on, and that's your worst nightmare. You've got this 5'0" lad, super quick, like a greyhound, running at you. When you're blowing out your backside in the last 15, 20 minutes, that's the last thing you want. R.I.P. Sir Bobby Charlton, what a player he was and fine human being, will sadly be missed. Yeah, without a doubt, Colin, I think the world are mourning the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton. Everybody knew him, obviously an international player, played with Man United, biggest club side in the world. Went through a lot that we mentioned earlier. Yeah, very sad. I think it was 86, Sir Bobby. 86. But yeah, he looked a great guy. He looked, as I say, he wasn't as bigger personality as Jack. Jack was out there, in your face, loud, proud, brash, funny, charming. He'd panatted a lot, but Bobby just looked quiet, reserved. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He's obviously been through a lot and traumatised probably as a young guy. Apologies, I'm not reading them on YouTube because some of it looks like Chinese writing. So I really apologise if you're doing it and you're thinking I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just trying to concentrate on the ones I can see. Hello, Bernie. Great win. Unbelievable turnover. It's been Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed. Yeah, hey, turned the corner. 5 games in, I must say, hey, we've turned the corner. 3 games in, I'm thinking, no, turned it. Yeah, it might turn in a big double-decker bus, but we've turned it round now. And as I say, the games are coming quick and fast. Before you know it, we'll be into January. Hopefully add 1 or 2 players and give us another boost. We're still in the groove, still doing well. 31 days ago, we were bottom of the table and 2 points. 6 in a row, 4 clean sheets in the last 5. 5 points off third. Typical Borough. You've did your homework, you, Mohammed. If we get a recognised striker in January, we'll be up there. David Longstaff. Well, if we do, and we did, and we keep playing the way we're doing now, then why not? Why not? But we definitely need I think we definitely need a centre forward for a statement of intent that, hey, we mean business. We've got the player in. If we keep progressing the way we're doing, we're back in form. We get up to January, get a striker in. We rubber stamp what we're looking to achieve, and that's in that top 6 and hopefully promotion. Last season was the best season, the best chance we've had for years. As I say, is it 13 out of the last 14 we've been in the championship, or 12 and 13, something like that. But we've been in it a hell of a long time. Last year for me was the best opportunity, and we blew it at the end up. We did blow it. Don't kid yourself, we blew it. Individually, collectively, we blew it. This season, if we can repeat it, hopefully go that 1 step further and get the promotion that we desire. Are you aware that Bobby Charlton played 1 game for Celtic, a testimonial game? Celtic on 4-1. Bobby scored the first goal. Do you know what, Paul? I think I've got the programme for that game. You might have it. Is Bobby on the front? Bobby Charlton played one game for Celtic, a testimonial game. No, it might have been a Man United against Celtic. Man United played against Celtic in the past, but